Hi, guys. Welcome to our first podcast, Conversations with Clara. She is the main roast. I'm co roasting to translate her and to help. And I'm just saying I will not be translating some things that she says that I think it's not. I need to translate everything. Yes, I will try, but sometimes she wants to say things as she did with Josh, and we will tell this, and I need to translate. So today we have Joshua Stevens.
Yep.
Sorry, because my pronunciation is sometimes. And
Your English is far better than my Portuguese.
yeah, so Josh reached out to us by email, and it was incredible because it's in our spam box, and I never go in the spam. It's like where they say the email is not good, and I don't know why I went to the spam, and I found his email by chance, and then we connect, and Joshua is a endurance professional athlete, and he has an incredible runner. He has an incredible story, and he reached out because he wants to run after 4 years, and he got inspired by Clara. So you can get the word, Josh.
You're exactly right, and I'm so grateful. Uh, it was an exciting moment for me because I had finished up a training session at the gym, and as I was on my way out, I just checked my notifications on Instagram, and I saw that I was being followed by Clara, and I was so excited. I thought, oh, they must have gotten my email. And it was shortly after that I saw your response, and as you know, we've had this conversation. Uh, I had stepped away from running at a competitive level for some time because I had essentially kind of lost my passion for it outside of events where I could use my I'd like to say my limited athletic abilities to promote incredible causes. And for 4 years, I had no desire to run uh, solely for myself or uh, you know, for uh, for privilege that comes with sponsorships and that type of external validation. And then one day, I had a friend who'd sent me Clara's Instagram, and I'm not ashamed to say it brought tears to my eyes. I started watching it, and I couldn't stop. And I'm generally a very optimistic and positive, outgoing man, and it struck me at my core that her passion and her light and her incredible outlook is what the world needs far more of today. I was absolutely taken aback by how she has handled some of the difficulties and challenges that she's been presented. And that includes you, Bettina, and Carlo, and young Davi as well. What you've done as a family moved me immediately to just shoot off that email to you, asking if there's anything I could do of service, because you make the world a better place, and Clara lights up every single room she walks into.
Yeah, because sometimes for us it's just part of our life what we did, and we don't see. Sometimes what do you want? You what? You feel happy? Yeah. Babo, dad, yesterday. The day Clara wants to say that the day before yesterday, when we spoke with you and dad, they went to run, I think, 3 hours.
Yes, I remember seeing the Instagram story,
Yeah.
and you guys are incredible. It inspired me. I have to work harder now.
Yeah, so let's explain a little bit. So Joshua will run after 4 years, and it's a different running that it's 1 hour. No, you need to run 4 miles in 1 hour for whenever you can. So can be 24 hours, 36 hours. And then Carlos said, I want to do two. And I said, but Carlo is a kind of Ultraman because he can do everything and push in the wheelchair. And
That's amazing.
he always like can do all these sportive things and extreme. And I'm like, I can do anything. You can't run so much. And Dad, he did 3 hours and he said my muscles even hurted and I was okay. You went. So tell a little bit about your story because it's a lot like Clara that doctor said to you you will not be able to run anymore and
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure. I'd be honored. Well, as you know, I served for 24 years in the United States Army. I enlisted first as a private at the lowest rank you could, and over a 24-year period, I was blessed to become a commissioned officer and serve for 24 years and retire as a lieutenant colonel. And I served in a variety of Army infantry and special operations forces. And during that time period, I saw combat numerous times. And unfortunately, I was wounded on a number of occasions in Iraq. And I had some significant damage to my cervical spine. And I had my first surgery in 2008 at Walter Reed in DC. And then my second and last in 2011 at Womack Army Medical Center at Fort Bragg. And it was at that time I was a 41-year-old who had only known the military. That had been my entire identity. And while I was recovering in the hospital, the neurosurgeon, who is a friend and an extraordinary man, came in and told me, unfortunately, it was his prognosis that I'd never be able to run again. And if you ever want to get me to do something, simply tell me that I can't. And I'm just a stubborn kid from New England. I'm going to go out and do it. And it took me 3.5 years or so to teach myself to rehabilitate and to get back into it. And then at around 46 years old, I signed my first a professional contract at the time, and then raced competitively for a number of years. But that's one of the things that struck me about Clara's resilience and absolute spirit was as sorry as I had felt for myself during that process, I had nothing really to complain about compared to the challenges that Clara fights and wins every single day. So I thought that it had been 4 years since anyone had really motivated me to go and suffer at the level that I have to suffer at to compete in those races. And it was Clara. And so, the last thing is when you not only told me that you'd be willing to allow me to serve and work with you, that paled in comparison to you using your own airline tickets or points to come out and fly up to Colorado for the event. It's the most incredible gift, and I can't wait to meet all of you. But Clara, in person, you're going to be a rock star up in Estes Park. Everybody's going to want to meet you.
yeah, we were laughing because when we had the first call, I said before, I will not be translating Clara because if it's Carlo, he translates everything. Like, and I'm like, you can do that because she wants to say things. And then she said, I want to say, and I couldn't understand. So she took my phone, went to the Expedia app just to see her level of Expedia app. She put some destinations
Yeah.
and she showed me first class. So she said, yeah, if I'm going, I want to go first class. And then you can just relax and eat, of course.
And I'd like to talk to everyone out there watching this. It's your chance now to give back to her. We need to sell as many of her paintings as possible because that princess deserves a first class flight. So I need you all to sacrifice a little bit for the greater good.
Yeah, then we are like tight these months, and I found out these points in the credit card. So, and we were saying, can we go four of us, or can we go just pour Davi, leave Davi? But in the end, we could reach the four of us, because if we don't have enough points, because the points cover the ticket and we don't need to pay. Like if we spend a lot in the credit card, they give points. Like in the bar, when you get the coffee and you have points and you don't pay one, it's the same. You? You are happy that Davi is coming? Grandma? That she's too old to come? No. That you would like that grandma would come, but she's working. No. That if Davi would be here, he could be with grandma, but she's working. He would have anyone to be with him. Yeah, but we can organize. You are already thinking, but he's coming, so you are relaxed. Otherwise, you would be nervous about him. He would like to do some snowboard, Davi, but we hope it will not have snow.
Well, Davi will just have to come back out in the winter. And I've got heaps of friends that we love to snowboard, and we can take them to cool places like Vail and Beaver Creek and Breckenridge and all the places.
They can go. Clara wants to say that once they went in a family trip.
Yeah.
And with Carlos' family, so I was working, I didn't go. Also because I don't like a lot snow, so I said okay. And then Carlo was there with Clara, and Carlo has two daughters from his first marriage, so
Yeah.
they are already old, 33 or 4 and 32. The second one is in the wheelchair because she has a muscular atrophy. And then Carlo was snowboarding with the first daughter, and he had an accident, and mostly he broke all his shoulder. Not broke, but went out.
Right.
And then he lost conscience and went to the hospital. And then the doctor said, and I can't believe, he said, I would need to do surgery, but you have your physique is from a professional athlete like you mostly. Yeah. So I'm not doing surgery. And I was, and he even trained. And then Clara was really nervous because he was, even if he had his uncles, everyone, she never was like without me or Carlo.
Yeah.
So then she was in the mountain with my brother-in-law, and then he was, and Noah with one brother-in-law. Davide, yes. And Noah. And then Davi was with Paulo. Because I know the story. You forgot. And then my brother-in-law just shouted, Carlo had an accident. And, Clara was like with him, and she got so anxiety that she came down the mountain vomiting.
Oh my God.
And it was trembling of, yeah. And then everything was all right. But when Carlo came home, he doesn't want to get any medicine and anything. And he was the night like, and I take a Tylenol, anything. In the end, I sent him away, and I said, I can't sleep, go, because if you don't want medicines. And he was healed just like that. No physiotherapy. Yeah.
Oh. Well, you can tell Carlo, he and I are kindred spirits, because anyone who snowboards with me knows that I spend more time in the ER than I do on the slopes.
So Carlo is not coming. I can't anymore. It's
No, we'll
it's too much.
take good care of him. We'll take good care of him.
Davi? Uh, no, I can't anymore. Hospitals. If Davi broke, yeah. And Clara, see if I'm saying correctly. Clara is saying if Davi breaks something, it will be a drama. He missed the school and he is really dramatic Italian, so it's kind. Clara, if she gets hurt,
Yeah,
she's so strong. Like she gets the medicine. She
yeah,
doesn't complain a lot.
yeah,
She just go.
yeah.
Davi is like your surgery. It's finished now. No, you scream a little bit of fear. No, when you did the surgery, after surgery, when you were in bed, once that you have a panic attack. Once, do you want to tell? Okay, she wants to tell that after she had the surgery,
Yeah,
she had this surgery and they did all the toes. So
yeah.
before it was like this, so they need to make it
Straighten
straight.
them out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then she had also the knee that was turning on. So the doctor said, and she had some pain running or walking a lot. And the doctor said, we can also fix that, try to
yeah,
fix. And then Carlo always say they cut the femur and turn the thing. And then, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So, but after that, she had a reaction that it was more neurological, that she had dystonia all the time. So she was, yeah, do again. She was all the
Uh,
time like this.
okay, okay.
And after the surgery, the doctor said, yeah, it's normal, it's normal. And poor girl, she was trying to act like, okay, it's normal, but it's all the time. So we called the hospital a lot of times and they were saying it's normal. And the medicine they give, she would sleep 1 hour, and when she wake up, it was worst. So
Okay.
she was not sleeping at all.
Oh,
And then one day Carlo went out and I was alone with her and my mom. And then he went to do something with Davi. And then she had like she couldn't anymore, and then I she had a big one and I want to give her no, then she had a panic attack
yeah.
and I want to give her the medicine to see if relax, and then she almost drown herself. It was
Oh,
terrible. So I said, we are going to the hospital now. So we went to the hospital and they didn't know what to do because they give all the meds for her to sleep and she was not sleeping. So she was having we were so tired that we just uh, lay down since she was in the hospital. Karen and I, we lay down in the room of the place to sleep.
yeah.
And in the end, they said, we don't know what to do. Like, just they took all the meds and said it's more psychology. And we went home like, okay, now we need to understand what to do. In the end, went well.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
So you're so brave, Clara.
The hospital, the doctor, the woman. Which woman? The physiotherapist? No. The doctor in the hospital, the neurologist. She wants to say that when a neurologist come and start speaking with her, she stayed calm. And that the
Yes.
neurologist said probably it's more something psychology than
Yeah. Neurological,
yeah.
rather.
And
Yeah.
if the dog come from the pet therapy, she was calm too.
Oh, that's amazing.
And the
In
strange thing, it was in the good leg. The
oh
most of the spasms was not in the leg that had the surgery, was in the other one.
yeah. Well, you're amazing, Clara, and I'm so proud of you. Is it okay if I ask you a couple questions about? I see Clara's wearing one of my favorite sweatshirts, the diversity sweatshirt, I think is what's on. Yeah. And would you all mind sharing with the audience a little bit, because I love hearing the story, a little bit about Clara's journey into art and to how she's become so renowned. I believe she came over with a visa for being an extraordinary talent, which, if anyone's unfamiliar with, that is amazing. And one of the things I am really trying to do in by serving through my running is I want to set a bold and audacious number of how many pieces we want to sell
Okay.
using the code run. I want to sell as much, and I want to also, after I hear a little bit about that journey, circle back and reach out to all of my people here in Colorado and surrounding states to make an appeal for folks to go and buy art from Clara, and to also reach out to find out how we can help your incredible family when you come out on the 3rd of October through the 8th. I want my friends who are business owners to support you with meals and lovely places to stay and all the things that will make the trip worthwhile to you. But
Clara loves place to stay, food.
so if you wouldn't mind starting with a little bit about why we're here.
Okay, so this shirt just to show that we have in the sleeves, right, artist, dreamer, fighter, and Clara. So, do you want to tell or I tell? I tell. Okay, so Clara had the stroke when I was pregnant, so I didn't know, we didn't know. And I was a bit stupid because Carlos' second daughter has the muscular atrophy. And when we got married, I said, I don't want to do any test. For me, everything's okay. And so when we start seeing Clara signs that something was not good, everyone was, oh my God, maybe it's muscular atrophy. And her hand was always closed. She couldn't move well, and I would go to the doctor in Italy, and they would say, every kid has their own time, but when you feel. So one day I was in IKEA and I saw a baby as the same age of Clara, 7 months, and she was doing everything, and I started crying and I said, something is really wrong, we need to see. And then when we went to the doctors, first they said it was a small like scar in the brain because they saw that Clara was okay. No, first they did me the test for muscular atrophy, and it was the 3 most long weeks of my life. In the end, they said
Wow.
it's negative. And then they said it's a scar in the brain. And when we got the MRI results, it was like I was in the office working. Carlo was out of the country, and they called me and they said it's really bad. Her brain, it's not like it will not be able to organize in anything, so she will not be able to speak, to walk, to imitate. Then I start crying, and the doctor said, yeah, you are right to cry, because your life will be a nightmare. Clara will be like a vegetable. I can't say this anymore because people are saying it's bad. So I say she will be useless. But these was the words. And then I run. Hmm? You are not. You don't care if I say vegetable. They just need to understand. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, those are terms, that are, inappropriate to use today, but we're both from the same generation.
Yeah.
It was even how medical practitioners spoke. And I think what I took away from that is uh, it was so inspirational, Bettina, hearing you share your story as a mother and a woman who had to contend with this. But it always circles back to Clara. If you talk about anyone, and we live in a society today that I believe is too quick to allow people to make themselves the victim of circumstance or the behavior of others. And when we start to throw a little pity party for ourselves, I want people to go back to that experience you had as a mother. But that amazing young woman behind you, every single day gets up and contends
Yeah.
with those challenges and does it with a smile. And I know she's like any 18-year-old girl. I've got a 23-year-old daughter. I know not every day is great, right? But I can I can imagine. I have some empathy because of something my youngest or my middle son went through. He had to have surgery when he was 6 days old, and um, but that is nothing compared to what you're
Yeah,
carrying.
I think what as a family we did, and Carlo having a first experience with his
Yeah,
other daughter, is acceptance. So we
yeah,
always said, okay, it happened, we will not find guilties or like it was genetic. We did all the genetic tests, they
yeah,
said it was an accident. And I think also not searching always a way or trying to be like, let's do this like this medical treatment, let's do this, just leave. I know that we have so many different, but today with social media and internet, it's so easy to always feel guilt, like I didn't do this treatment, so I'm not, and we didn't had that in that time because we didn't had social media like Facebook, internet, these
yeah,
things.
yeah,
So it was much more, let's leave.
yeah.
And I think this helped us a lot. And
And
I
I think it's also important, Bettina, that you and Carlo probably also understand the grace that Clara gives you. There's no point in living in negative thought cycles, right? In the
yeah,
past, as parents, um, in spite of our many failures and shortcomings, I know that you are good people, and we do our very best to be the best parents possible. And I would say, I would share this thought with you. If you look at what she's done, it is an absolute testament to how good you and Carlo
yeah.
have responded to these challenges.
Because sometimes we get angry with her and we say, "You are doing nothing." And then I say, "No, wait, she painted
The pictures, yeah.
thousand paintings."
She,
Sometimes
she,
I'm
she,
like,
she,
"You
she,
need to."
she's still just a teenage girl.
Today, Ma, you are painting. No, maybe. Ah, you said you were painting and now it's maybe. Now that you did the podcast, you have excuse. No. You are just maybe relaxing, you prefer. Let's see.
Hey, can I ask Claire? Can I ask you? You've done a number of incredible gallery showings around the world. And it was one of the first things that I found so remarkable about you because it's helped inspire me to increase my activity levels in my outdoor pursuits. What you do is amazing. Could you tell us all what's been your favorite gallery showing? What was the most important one that you ever did?
What was the most that you like? Like you have London, Miami, Japan. In Japan.
Japan. What was the name of that one?
We went. It was 10 hours ahead time, and she was really small. It was 2018. She was 12 years.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then I connected with this Japanese artist. He's a master. He does special paper. I don't know where in the world.
Yeah.
And then we connect with him, and he invited Clara to Kobe. And it was really nice because it was the show in a hotel, so all the galleries had a hotel room to
Wow.
show up. And the art's really different from when we flew there, and it was a
Yeah.
really great experience. And Clara would not sleep, and then she would sleep the day we not. It was really nice. I think what we are saying and what I decided, because when Clara was growing up, we saw that it's always more difficult and it's a completely new world. Like when Davi was born, I said, it's so easy to be a mom.
Yeah.
And after 6 years, I said, whoa, I didn't know could be so easy.
Yeah.
And, but I was always, okay, what Clara will do, and expecting that things would be easier. And when she was 10, I said, okay, no, we need to do something. So I said, let's make her a influencer, because she was always happy. And no matter what, she would say, if I was sad, I never could hide from her. And
Yeah.
she was saying like, always, be strong, be strong. So I started doing her Instagram, and she started painting. And then she would destroy all the paints in the beginning and paint in black or really destroy. And then we saw some nice forms, colors, and we said, okay, it's nice, but we are parents.
Yeah.
So in the end, I gave her the book of Frida Kahlo, and it's one of
Oh,
these things that just happen.
yeah.
Mm. Huh? After you want to tell something, you can tell now. No, after. Okay. For me or for him? For him? For everyone. Okay. Of the mural? Okay. Okay. Mm, okay. So it was one of that things that just happened. I was in Milan for a meeting. I bought this book and I gave her, and she fell in love. She was kissing the book. She was
Yeah.
doing all these things. And one day she showed me the picture of Frida in New York. Okay. I want to go to New York and do my exhibition. So she was 11. And I said, yes, let's try. So I say, this year changed all our lives, because I was not, you are a disability, never happened. It will be so difficult. And I don't know. I think for me it was God, but that put this seed inside of me. So next day we went to a place in Italy and asked to do her first exhibition. And since the first exhibition I did already, like she's an artist, we had all the notebooks, postcards, catalog to sell. And even her first teacher, that she was amazing, she said, Bettina, what are you doing? Like, it's too much. So I had all these people behind me, or laughing or saying, digital influencer in Italy, it will never happen. Our family saying, just put her in institute and go and live your life. Why are you doing? No, no one will buy things like merchandising from Clara. Why you think this? And
Right.
I don't understand what you are saying, because I always, and even Carlo always said yes for these things, but
Right.
he always had the laugh behind.
Sure.
And
Sure.
I don't care, because I always say we will go to the red carpet. When we have our red carpet, everyone will use sneakers painted by Clara, and people just look at me and say, like, what are you saying? And my mom used to say, don't go to interviews and say these things, because people will think like you are crazy. And I was, okay, Mama, say, you. Okay. And so she wants, so this thing of New York, going going to New York was always our big dream. And
Yeah.
it seems that will happen next year. We can't say a lot.
Okay. Well,
With with
I'm
a big thing that Clara could paint in a big mural in New York. Ma, and he can come.
oh, well, I can't wait to finally get down after you guys come up and visit, to go down to Huntington Beach, because as we've discussed, my long-term ambition is to to work myself out of a job. This is entirely about you. I am simply a vessel. I would like to see this become an annual event, and to travel. Let's take this show on the road. Let's go do, maybe next year we do it down in sunny California. And on two things that I'd like to tack onto that, Bettina, is before we started the actual podcast, we were chatting. We were discussing the possibility of utilizing some, in my case, running or mountaineering podcasts to get this story out. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make an unsolicited request to Rich Roll, who is one of my favorite podcasters and human beings. Rich is down there in the LA area. He's extraordinarily successful. And Rich, I met you in 2019 down in LA at one of your live shows. We're both big fans of On Running, as you can see behind me. And if anyone could get this message to Rich, please take a look at Clara, and please find it in your heart to elevate and to lift up this incredible young woman. We're both athletes. We both know the power of exercise and physical fitness. So somebody please get this to my guy, Rich, and let's start big and go right for the top. And in addition to that, again, I want to make a plea to all my folks in Colorado, everyone who knows Clara, step up, get her the notoriety she's earned and deserved, and let's sell as many of her paintings as we possibly can. So eventually I can have younger, faster people running these races and I can fully retire.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we have the code RUN for some discount in the website. The website is clarawoodscollection.com. We are adding new paintings, but we have all the print line too. You want you to paint to people to buy a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
and paintings. Yeah.
And isn't it true that she may be doing a couple special prints for this race?
Yeah, let's pray and hope that she will. Today, not today, from tomorrow. She has until Saturday, so she has her deadline. When you wake up tomorrow, you will do. No yoga. No, we are doing yoga. Yeah, we are not skipping yoga. You can draw in the car. No, in the house. You will start drawing and then you paint. We will see how to do. I would like just to finish the thing about, because when then we start doing the exhibitions, it went viral. So Clara was the first kid that we asked the judge to open a company for her. In Italy, Amazing. It's not like here. And my lawyer said it will never happen. And in my head, I was already, okay, I will say, if you don't give, who will guarantee Clara's future and everything? But it was funny because we asked on Thursday evening, and on Friday morning we had the okay. And it in Italy is a miracle. And my lawyer said, this is the sign. We had a lot of signs in the way because I wanted to give up so much. Because, it's something that we are investing everything in something that's unknown, and it's new, and it's also depend on Clara. So I need to respect her limits. I need to understand he's a teenager. She's changing. Is what she wants to do or not? I can't force things and painting. When you grow, if you don't know if you want to paint yet. You when you were a kid, you knew you want to when you grow. But if you don't want in the future, you have already a lot of people and you can do whatever you want. And me and dad, we can do things together. No. Then if you have a team that helps you, we can retire. No, just if we die. No. If we then you can be a bit with the team and a bit with us. But and you don't need to paint with dad all the time because he will be old. And me also. So you can have your life and you have people that will help you. This is the goal. And then you can do things by yourself. Just go and travel and do things and paint. Yeah. Big murals and do money. Yeah, this is the goal. And me, I can rest a little bit. Stay at home. When you do the big things, I stay at home. At home. He wants to buy a home for me. And dad. She wants to buy a house for us. Okay.
Oh,
Since you are small, you think you want to help to do something. I've been doing for you all this, and then you want to do for me. Okay.
oh my gosh. You are the most so amazing. I'm so proud of you, Clara. Thank you for being my friend. Hmm.
Why are you crying? Hmm? Because in the beginning, like for me, it was most let's do this thing for Clara.
Yeah.
And with time, it became not just about Clara, but seeing the message, people writing things, and we were okay. We never realize what we can achieve as a message. So then, by chance, it came the Inclusion Matters movement, where we can show that people can do, that people can be, and also created these role models that are different. Because we were in the premiere, not the preview of Beetlejuice last week,
Mm-hmm.
and it was for me so powerful to see Clara because we saw all these girls, mostly her age or a little bit older, but all in the sexy thing, all makeup, all these things,
Yeah.
trying, to, you know, always you need to be more and more and more sexy, more this, more that, more. And Clara was there in her simplicity, like with makeup,
I
every,
know.
but it was, in a nice, cute dress and everything. And she was so like singing and doing her thing. And I'm so proud of her being so herself and not getting this thing I need to be more and more and more. And I think this message of even if you are different, you can be different. And people with disabilities and families, I think we had a big opportunity, like we are from different countries, we had.
May I say something?
Yes.
Hey, Clara, you are the most beautiful young woman in the world, inside and out. It doesn't matter what any of those other girls are doing. I saw you at the premiere at the screening, and I saw your amazing outfit and how happy you were. I can promise you, the rest of those girls there would have done anything to be as happy as you are.
Yeah, I
So,
think bring these values
yeah,
that we can be, and we don't need always to push ourselves to more and more. And but the things that this generation doesn't have the right role models, and
Right.
I think this is one of our missions too, because uh and also other people with disabilities, that they can see, okay, I can do. Of course, I think we had this opportunity, and I sold my business to follow Clara, so we are
Yeah.
investing everything and the marketing skills. But if we can create what we did with Clara with other people, and use our platform also to give visibility, to show that they can do it. So this is our, let's say now, our big dream, and try to be the next step. Yes. You? Why you were crying? You? Me? That you appreciate what I do for you? No. You? And me? Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Sometimes it's difficult for you. No. Say something else, because I'm not understanding. You? That you like to, like you are learning more about the business and how to do things? No. Me? The money? When you are, you want that when I'm older, I don't need to work a lot, and you can have the money to help me. Yeah, because now Clara and I are partners in the company. So Clara is my partner.
Yeah.
No. If you die, if dad die, he doesn't have any money. So if I die, then we need to work harder. So no,
Well,
because I think, I'm trying to do also with Clara is, like, she's my partner in the business,
yeah.
so we have the business together, and
Yeah.
it teach, like, she doesn't know well how to do math and some things,
Yeah.
but she's really smart. So I'm
She
trying
is.
to all the decisions to bring to her and say, do you want to do this? Do you the head works, the brain? Okay, I will tell that she starts the treatment with Dr. Amen. Are you there? Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Hey, Bettina, I'm gonna have to jump off here in a
Okay.
minute because I've got a 10 a.m. appointment that I've got to get to. I'm happy to do, like, we can do a second part of this as well, or I
Okay.
really.
Let's finish now and we see. We
Okay.
publish this.
Okay. Great.
Okay, guys. We just want to say, follow us in this adventure. We will have all over the place. You, after, will write to Josh. Okay. So if you want to go to our website, it's clarawoodscollection.com. Use the code RUN and buy.
It's right.
And Josh, what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is at tumbleweed ultra.
Okay, we will write everything down. We love you guys.
Love you all. Thank you so much. I will talk to you all very soon. Have an amazing day, Clara.
Okay, you too. Bye.